Hello, and a very warm welcome to my channel. This video, we give you a piece of shocking news from Women's Day magazine. Jealous Meghan ruins Beatrice's big day. The bride left the reception dinner in tears after cruel comments made their way back to her. You'd think, with just 18 guests attending Princess Beatrice's nuptials, the chances for drama would be minimal. But sadly for the princess, one of the royal family's most troublesome relatives, the Duchess of Sussex, managed to put a damper on her Windsor wedding reception last weekend from thousands of kilometers away in her rented Los Angeles home. Women's Day has learned that the 31-year-old bride had to be consoled through floods of tears when she learned that Meghan was bad-mouthing her dress and tiara. A source says, close family members were sent photos almost immediately after the ceremony was over, including Meghan and Prince Harry. It was important to Beatrice that her family was involved despite their socially distant wedding. Apparently, Meghan immediately picked on the dress without knowing its historical significance, saying it was the least bridal-looking gown she'd ever seen. Bea and Meg share a few mutual friends, and of course, it got back to the wedding party before they'd even cut the cake. Rather than backtracking when it was revealed that the Queen had allowed Beatrice to borrow her own gown and make alterations to it, Meghan got even more jealous. She has a real chip on her shoulder over more senior members of the royal family, and it shows at times like this. Beatrice is a peacemaker and always tried to be welcoming to Meghan, so this hurt her. Meghan famously threw a tantrum when the Queen denied her wish to wear an emerald tiara for her own wedding, which is believed to have instead later that year adorned the head of Princess Eugenie in her 2018 marriage to Jack Brooksbank. Meghan has held on to that ego-bruising moment ever since, says the source. She expected to be the Queen's favorite without even trying, so when she didn't get her way for her own big day, and is now watching Her Majesty hand over a princeless ball gown and her very own wedding tiara to Princess Beatrice, she was put in her place. An insider says, I felt sorry for Beatrice having to deal with this on her wedding day, but luckily it was as magical as she had hoped, given the intense circumstances. Beatrice, daughter of the embattled Prince Andrew, Duke of York, and his ex-wife Sarah, Duchess of York, married UK businessman Edomapeli Mosey at the All Saints Chapel on the Queen's Windsor estate, allowing her beloved granny and grandfather Prince Philip to watch from a safe distance. It was certainly a royal wedding for the history books in a new way, and not only because it was held during a pandemic. In marrying 36-year-old Edo, Beatrice became an instant stepmother to his 4-year-old son Wolfie, shared with the boy's Chinese-American mother Dara Huang. The former couple was close with Beatrice's mom Sarah, who bought the child's christening gown as a gift to the family. Meanwhile, Meghan was ridiculed for changing her past after dating Prince Harry. After Daily Mail reported, Meghan Markle's occupation on her Wikipedia page changed from fashion model and spokesmodel to activist and humanitarian 3 days before her relationship with Prince Harry. The Duchess of Sussex's entry on the site was amended to show her occupation as actress, activist, humanitarian, instead of actress, fashion model, and spokesmodel on October 9, 2016. Her relationship with Prince Harry became public later that month. A reference to her appearances on Deal or No Deal in the US as a briefcase girl was removed from the page first. What is apparent is Meghan's styled and crafted background and involvements in key areas to mirror Harry. This would explain why Harry was so smitten immediately. He thought he had found a like persona, and Meghan Markle played that role to the max. I don't doubt there are links and dabblings in socio-political matters, but Meghan Markle has clearly word-crafted a more impressive representation of herself to ensure it reflects how she wishes to be perceived and aligned with Harry. Hence the leap from model to humanitarian. It initially read, Meghan Markle is an American fashion model, spokesmodel, and actress. She is best known for her role as Rachel Zane on the USA legal drama Suits. She was the model who held case number 24 on the US version of the television game show Deal or No Deal Season 1, and also played Federal Bureau of Investigation Special Agent Amy Jessup in Fox's sci-fi thriller Fringe. However, after an edit at 10:48 p.m. on October 9th, the information about her role on the hit game show at the top of the page was removed completely. In this same save, a humanitarian work section was added. Then, in a final save at 10:51 p.m., her occupation was altered in a box appearing on the right-hand side of the page. The changes were reportedly made by an unnamed user with an IP address linked to a Los Angeles PR company. Discussed on this edit, a royal expert not surprised to read this, Miss Angela Levin mocked and said on The Sun, "If you look at her history, she became an activist and humanitarian during the period she was stalking Harry. No doubt she banked on these roles looking favorable on the resume for someone who might be considered as a candidate for a royal marriage." She added, "I think humanitarian is one of those titles you can't give yourself, but is to be given to you later in life or after death, rather like hero, music icon, or supermodel. It just looks vain and narcissistic to put it as your career on your resume." The fact that Harry never caught on to that shows how stupid he is. Had he paid attention to her actions and not her well-used lady bits, he would have known that she was about to leak that they were dating to the press. The edits also have raised questions about whether a friend of the Duchess of Sussex could have made the changes, knowing she would be thrust into the public eye once the news about their relationship broke. It comes as a bombshell biography Finding Freedom claims the couple was tipped off that a tabloid was planning to run the story of their romance. Indeed, many fans also slammed Meghan. A fan wrote, "She clearly was behind leaking to the press that they were dating, and lying about it to Harry and everyone else." Her timing was terrible for Prince Charles's tour too. She created a mess for the royal family with her desperation to leak that they were dating. She did the exact same thing on her blog when she dedicated a beautiful post thanking her father. She had to block the public from seeing it because she was busy trying to paint herself a victim of his abuse. A fan mocked, "Does she have some sort of suitcase fetish? She had them all piled up outside of her baby shower on the streets of New York City. They have moved 4 times in the last 2 years. They're squatting now, and I suspect another move is in the offing. What's the deal? Or is it no deal? Everything about her has come out. From her family grievances, her past, they have combed through her past with a fine-tooth comb. But yet here she is. Harry is still enthralled, and she is making waves. I have to give it to her. She is the ultimate hustler." And another added, "It's all coming out now. Narcissists always rewrite history, so her quest to change herself into something she clearly wasn't, humanitarian, and a big note herself starting before the relationship even went public, with photos which she wouldn't be appropriate for a future royal bride removed. So they must be super thrilled at the way things have worked out. 2 geniuses randomly meet, join together, and now you have a brain trust unlike any other in the annals of royal or Hollywood history. The world awaits their next stroke of public relations and humanitarian genius. Now somebody please hand me a Tums." Meanwhile, in the other news, it's obvious why Meghan's new book is irking royals William and Kate. According to CCN, Kate Middleton once again feels a type of way. The infamous Duchess of Fragility is back, and this time she's horrified about the claims made in the new book, Finding Freedom. But the question remains, why? After all, the British people made their own minds up about Meghan Markle, and 98% of the population saw her for what she is, a money-grabbing narcissist who only wanted to marry Prince Harry for the fame and to become an A-lister in Hollywood. I mean, look at the bloody guest list on her side. Not one family member, just A-list celebrities. I doubt anyone is going to touch them now. Meghan Markle's book Finding Freedom has done them more damage than good as far as the majority of the British public are concerned. Let's remember that despite Kate Middleton and her propensity for Gone with the Wind-style dramatics, her own press secretary is most likely behind the press leaks about the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Let's also remember that the British royal family reveled in the hideous treatment of Meghan Markle, and most likely continues to feed the British gutter press with gossip, only to turn around and claim to be shocked when Meghan Markle brought it to the public's attention. I remember reading in a book years ago that Princess Diana had told William that he had to take his time when choosing his wife, and being as her marriage ended in divorce, this sounds quite feasible. So has it not entered your head that he was only passing the same advice to his brother, and poor Harry has a baby tantrum over it? They planned all this out, and Harry somehow, I think you knew what you were doing with this blindsiding. I hope the Queen takes your Commonwealth presidency off you, and if she already has, good, you are not worthy. You are a shame to your Queen, country, family, friends, your regiment, and all the military. All because Meghan wanted to be Queen Bee. You really do deserve each other. I feel sorry for your son having two parents who have no morals. No woman is worth what you have had to give up. And you? What do you think about this news? Please let me know in the comment section below and we can discuss them together. Remember to like and share my video for your friends who also would love it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sussex Daily News channel version 2 to get more news from the royal family. Now have a nice day and see you in the next videos.
Each of us has luxuries left behind over the years. Meghan receives the memory of an innocent, cute girl and then. Currently, she is now the throne of the witch, and over the stoned attacks of public opinion Meghan is like living leeches, and the only salt can kill the human deep inside her. In recent incidents told between the kind Princess Beatrice and Meghan Markle, it was a talk about the same, but different topic of dignity and morality. Meghan will forever be ugly, sticky, slippery. Will forever be irreversible. Her job is to stop taking action.